welcome to another video. Obviously from the title this isn't a review, finally I'm doing something a little different. But there's been a tag going around the YouTube beauty community for a little while called the Perfect Palette Tag, and I thought it was a really good one to do just because it sort of gives a bit of an impression of what each beauty YouTuber thinks of the different palettes that are out there and which ones are their favourite. So I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and give it a go. So I will get straight into it. I will mention I have sort of cheated a little bit with this one, so I do apologise. So for those of you who are people that want to see the true essence of the tag, I do apologise, but I thought this would be a little bit better. So the first question is, which is the best packaging? And again, we're going to start off with a cheater one. So I'm actually going to split this into two because depending on what you think best packaging could entail, does that mean decorative or does that mean practical? So I'm picking one of each. So the most practical, I'm actually going to go with a palette which is about a year and a half old now, and I don't think you can buy it anymore, which is really distressing, but it is the Crimson Amulet collection from Dark Shadows. This was also a very decorative packaging, but in terms of practicality, I absolutely love this. I know some people are probably going to say, but it's so thick and bulky. But in terms of how they've laid it out, it's like a little book. And so you have your eyeshadows, and they included a lot of eyeshadows in this palette, and they were all very good. I've actually almost hit pan on quite a few of them. And then they always, NYX included their little sponge applicators, which I don't use. And then as the divider between the two different products, they included a nice sized mirror. And so you can be doing your makeup and you'll have your mirror there and you can see your entire face in it. So I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And then you flip it over and you've got the looks, and then you've got your face and lip products. So, and then there was room up here for a mini eyeliner and a mini primer base phone. So yes, so as far as layout of packaging and just using common sense for dividing up your palette, etc., I thought this was an absolutely brilliant idea. It's got a metal clasp, it's really sturdy. I just absolutely love the packaging on this one, and I wish NYX would release more of these book type palettes. I know they have one, the Jersey Leopard or Leopard Jersey, I can't remember what it is, I haven't got it, but no, absolutely brilliant. The other half of that is the decorative side, and for me there was only one possible palette which would have anything to do with this, and that is Sephora's Disney Jasmine palette. Now, they did release 3 of these, I only got one of them, and that was the Jasmine palette. They did the Cinderella and the Ariel palette, which I couldn't get in Australia just because I wasn't able to get them in time. But honestly, absolutely stunning. They've got this beautiful gold leaf, gold foil imprint. It's got a 3D lattice work. It's almost like a window, and it is actually 3D. It's like a beautiful little book, and then it pulls out, lovely tray with your products. And then you can take the eyeshadows out, the tray lifts up, and you have a jewelry drawer. So best packaging decorative wise, this one hands down. Next question, what is the best colour payoff palette? Well, again, this one wasn't, I have a lot of palettes which have got amazing colour payoff, but usually in a palette there'll be 1 or 2 shades which just don't quite match up to the rest of them. They'll be okay, but the palette which every single colour was just amazing is the Lorac Pro palette. There is not a single eyeshadow in this palette which is not intensely pigmented, easy to work with, creamy, and just overall amazing. So that one, hands down, beautiful. Next one, the most versatile. Again, versatile for what? I went with versatile as in you can do the most amount with. So this one's actually a new one, and it is the Too Faced A Few of My Favourite Things. Now this only recently came out. It is one of the holiday collections, and I think it's a Sephora exclusive, but you can get it through Taraz. And the reason why it's versatile is you have 20 eyeshadows, but it's not just the fact you've got a good mix of dual tones to neutrals as well as matte to shimmer, but they've also included your face products here as well. So you've got your blushes and your bronzers. So you can do a full face look and you're ready to go. You're good to go. And the Light Sun Bunny Bronzer is light enough that if you're a mid to dark skin tone, you can even use it as a highlighter. So this entire palette, for most versatile, bingo. Nexty. Best for traveling. Oh boy, did I have some troubles with this one. Traveling can mean it's nice and small and compact. Traveling can mean it has a lot of different products in it, so you can do lots of things like the one I just showed you. But the one I eventually went with is also a fairly new product. It is the Balm Voyage palette from the Balm. And the reason why I like this one is the Balm's packaging is amazing for travel. It's really, really slim, and they have fairly sturdy packaging. But you open it up, you do get a good size mirror, and then you get really large size eyeshadows. So if you're going on an extended holiday and you only want to take one palette, you could, take this and not have to worry about running out. Now I'm talking about a really extended holiday, but all the shadows are amazing quality. They're easy to blend with. It is a complete palette, so you've got your blending colors, you've got your crease colors, and you've got your highlight colors. And it's a good mix of matte and shimmer. And then the other thing I really like is with these are cheek and lip tints. The thing which I really like about these is because it has its own little flap, you don't have to worry about the eyeshadow falling into it. So as far as traveling goes, I know that when I've taken my last 2 holidays, this is the only palette I've taken, and it was fine. I had no troubles whatsoever. So that won the cake for that one. However, I am going to give a highly recommended special mention to the Tarte Off the Cuff palette. And the reason is because of this. When I travel, I always like to have multiple blushes. Well, when you're taking blushes about yay big, they tend to stack up. So this palette here is amazing for travel. You've got all the different colors you're going to want, plus a bronzer for your contouring. It's a good sized mirror. It's nice and slim, but it's nice and sturdy. It is just perfect for traveling. So that one gets a highly recommended for me. Highly recommended, whatever. Okie dokie, the biggest regret having purchased. Yes, I do actually have one. And I really hate to say this because I love the company, but it is Too Faced's Like a Virgin palette. It was quite expensive for what it is, and it's not very good. I'm assuming most of the price was because of the packaging. It's lacy and stuff, but inside you get 4 eyeshadows and 4 lip products. Now, if all of these had been amazing quality, it would have been fine. But only one of the eyeshadows is any good. The other 3 are chalky and they're sheer. They're just not fun. And the lip products, they just feel like grease on the lips, and they've got no colour. It was just terrible. And the inside has been constructed fairly shoddily, so some of the eyeshadows are half lifted up, and no, I was very unimpressed with this, and it always feels like it doesn't really close, so it just sort of, the whole thing, I was just very disappointed about this, because when I saw it online, I'm just like, that looks like such an awesome travel palette, that'll be great. Nah, it was not, so I was quite disappointed with that one. Best colour names. Now again, I'm going to sort of cheat here, and the reason is they're DIY palettes. These are all Makeup Geek eyeshadows. And in my opinion, Makeup Geek eyeshadows have the best names of all eyeshadows. I just love them. I mean, you get things like Burlesque and Chickaberry and all that sort of stuff. So, yes, I know they're more eyeshadows than a palette, but you make your own palette, and therefore it is a palette. So, I'm still going to say that these have the best names. And well, Z palettes are amazing, so yeah. Sorry, don't hate me. Least used palette. That one was actually fairly easy because I kind of forgot I had it, and then I went rifling through my makeup collection and found it and went, ha! I don't even remember buying that. It is the Urban Decay Dangerous palette. It's got 6 eyeshadows in it, and I've never used it. The eyeshadow is actually really, really good. Urban Decay, of course, they're good, and I think this was their old formula and this was their old Dangerous palette. I do actually intend to depot these and put them into one of my Z palettes, so I do actually use them because, like I said, they are good. good eyeshadows, but yeah, up to this point, they've never been used. Whoops. Most used, most loved, and Desert Island. Again, I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be 1 or 3. I've seen some YouTubers do it as a single palette and other people do it as 3 palettes. So I'm going to go with the 3. The first one is the most used, and again, Z palette, sorry, but this one actually has palette in it. Well, 2 of them technically. They're the 2 Urban Decay Naked palettes. Yes, I've depotted them and I've put them in order, so I can't tell you which ones exactly came from 1 and 2. But most used, this is reach for every day. It's basically my everyday palette. All my looks and stuff come from this. And as you can see, yes, there might be some nice gaps here. A 3rd Urban Decay palette might be going in there in a couple of weeks when it arrives. We'll see how we go. But yes, most used, hands down, no questions asked. The most loved would be my Lorac Pro palette. Definitely my favourite palette in terms of overall. Just it can do anything, and I just love it. So that's definitely my most favourite. And then Desert Island. Say you've got no makeup at all and you've only got one thing. I'd be picking this Too Faced a few of my favourite things just because it's got so much in it. I could make up tons of looks of these without getting bored, so it would keep me occupied for a good while. And it has the face products as well, so I can make crazy pictures in the sand with coloured blushes. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, so that would be my Desert Island palette would be this one here. So I know you're going to say, but it's only new, how could it be such a favourite? But it's absolutely amazing. Like when people first got the Naked palette, it didn't take long for people to realise how good it was. Same thing with this palette, just brilliant. So that does the perfect palette tag. Feel free to do this one yourselves and leave me a video response if you're another YouTube makeup beauty guru. I'd love to watch them, and it's always interesting to see what other people think. If you have any questions about any of the palettes at all, please don't hesitate to ask or leave a comment below. I always enjoy reading what people have to say. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!